This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222. I'm Professor Michael Chapman. I'm Medical Director of Life Fertility Sydney, and this is our monthly broadcast, and I am keen to cover any topics that you'd like to talk about, so please feel free, if you're logged on, to ask any questions. But today I thought I would talk about male fertility. There is a general concern that male fertility is on the decline. That data initially came from the sperm or the semen analyses performed on donors. And back in the 1950s, they were at certain levels and in the donor programs around the world. And what people have noticed is that the average sperm numbers in particular have declined over the next 50 years. They're not falling to numbers that the population is going to become extinct because there's no sperm around. But what's happened, what appears to have happened, and there is still debate about the accuracy of these numbers, is that if the average count in 1950 was 60 million, it's now down to around 45 million. Now, for normal pregnancy rates to occur, counts more than 15 million required. So 45 million as an average still means there's a lot of scope for people to get pregnant, and that a lot of people are still going to get pregnant despite that change in the overall apparent change, I'll say, in the overall numbers of sperm. Now, one part of the controversy is that the people who now provide donor sperm perhaps are not the same population that used to back in the 50s, that the techniques, the technologies that we use to count sperm have changed. The automated systems of the 21st century potentially producing different results from what they did in the 50s, which was a pretty marginal look at, there's a lot of sperm there. Things have changed, times have changed. But it probably does mean at the bottom end of the sperm count. So let's say in 1955, you had a sperm count of 20 million. The sperm count, an equivalent now, would probably be under 15 million. So there's probably a group of men in that lower part of the curve, the normal range, who are now dropping below what is accepted as a needful number to produce a normal rate of pregnancy. We all are getting the impression that we're seeing more men with problems. That also relates to the other parameters that we look at in a sperm sample. So when we look down the microscope at the sperm, what we're looking for is numbers, and that's vital because we need to get over 15 million to enable sperm to swim the long journey from the top of the vagina all the way up through the uterus, through the fallopian tube, to meet the egg coming in the other direction. And it appears to get good numbers of sperm in the fallopian tube, which is thought to be around 50,000. You have to start with a higher concentration because it's a bit of a marathon run. And sperm generally are not the fittest in the world, and to get 50,000 at the other end after starting with 15 is the normal event. We drop away on the way. There are various thoughts about why that is. It's on the way there, and that's a journey that's probably something between 12 and 24 hours. On that journey, each sperm has to take on fuel, energy sources from the uterus and from the fallopian tube. And the thought is that many of them don't make the next gasoline station and they drop off. And that's why you don't get, if you start with 15 at the start down in the vagina, and you're going to end up with 50,000 in around the egg later on once their journey is almost complete. Numbers are good, but obviously in that process of swimming, they need to be motile. So the percentage of motile sperm is also a vital number to be looked at when we examine a sperm sample.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website www.theivfjourney.com and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.